What's up, everyone? This is the Raw Truth coming at you with another video. And in this video, yeah, y'all see the meme. Yeah, y'all looking at the picture. Yeah, so y'all know what this video is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. You know, I did street preaching on the streets, you know, and when I street preached, I always warned people about these so-called pastors or what they all about. You know, even on my channel I have videos. Once again, what is this? What is it going back? It's going back to my Boule series, the Black Secret Societies, and also the Boule pastors. Well, Eddie Long is a Boule pastor. And here's what you have to understand. You know, a lot more of these pastors are going to be coming down with sickness because of what they have done. So you have to understand, Eddie Long, let's give you like just a 1-minute history if I can. Eddie Long has built his empire based on lies and deceit. Eddie Long has also built his empire based on conning, being a great con man. Because once again, when you look at these theologian schools, all these theologian schools were created by the white satanic elite. And it is the white satanic elite who trains these so-called pastors what to teach and what not to teach. And Eddie Long's church, and just like all these other so-called churches, they are under the 501c3. So when you're under the 501c3, when you do research on it, and I think I'm going to make a video about it. When you do research on the 501c3, that was created to silence the church. That was created for the church not to discriminate. And when they mean discriminate, discriminating against gays, discriminate against lesbians, discriminating against everything that is abomination. And you cannot keep out certain people when you have the 501c3, which is why they won't talk about sin, but they will damn sure talk about if you don't tithe, you're going to get judged. Meanwhile, like I always say, tithes is not money. It was never money. It never will be money. And it is a sin to tithe outside of Jerusalem. So now what do we have here? Breaking news, everybody. Breaking fucking news. It says Bishop Eddie Long reportedly hospitalized with grave illness. Now, the title said Bishop Eddie Long, but let me tell you something. I don't respect him as a bishop. I don't respect none of these clowns and these $2 whorehouses as bishops or pastors. Why? Because you're supposed to be blameless, and you're not supposed to be misleading people or deceiving people. These people have. Eddie Long, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, even your local so-called church, your $2 whorehouse you call church, have deceived people. So it says Bishop Eddie Long reportedly hospitalized with grave illness, and this was taken by CentricTV.com. And here it shows a picture of him looking sad. You ought to be looking sad, you pitiful, disgusting fool. It says sources claim Atlanta mega church pastor was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. You gotta understand, people love falseness. People love falsehood, and people love lies. So the more lies you tell, the more people that gather around you. Because people don't like to gather around people who tell the truth. I mean, look. There's folks who've been up there on YouTube for less time than I did doing prank calls. They're also doing twerking, you know, grinding on women's booties and stuff like that. You know, I've been up for a little over a year, but these people been up less than a year and already got 50,000 subscribers. But I've been up a little over a year and I'm at 1,114 subscribers. So it lets me know that there's hardly anybody in America that absolutely love truth, because people love lies. The more of a liar that you are, the more of a congregation that you have. It's just as simple as that. I mean, for real, do you think that these so-called pastors will sit up there and actually tell you the truth about the Bible? I mean, think about it. The Bible is against everything the black woman does, and the Bible is against what these so-called men is. And we wonder why a lot of people give up on these stupid ass churches. Well, I'm going to read further and let you know why people give up on these churches, so-called churches. It says, a shocking report by the Christian Post claims that mega church pastor Bishop Eddie Long is hospitalized with a grave illness. First of all, we got a problem. What is the problem, folks? We got a problem. Why? Because, see, these mega church pastors, these so-called pastors in these $2 whorehouse you call church, always sit up there and tell you that if you don't tithe, God is going to do what? Curse you. He's going to curse your health. He's going to do that. If you don't tithe, then he's going to send a devourer, and he's going to devour you. Well, Eddie Long is devoured. He's in it says he's hospitalized with a grave illness. So how come this tithing doctrine ain't working for Eddie Long? How come? And you people need to understand to see this is how stupid the black community is. You have to understand they taught that on the pulpit. See, the reason why you're getting devoured by God is because you ain't tithing. So what's his fucking excuse? What's Eddie Long's fucking excuse? Huh? What's his excuse? Well, he ain't tithing, so the Most High struck and cursed his health? Now, I'm going to tell you why the Most High cursed and struck his health. And this says the publication cites a report by popular blog Obnoxious TV, and that's what TBN is, Obnoxious TV, that says Long, 63, has been diagnosed with the unspecified gastrointestinal cancer, which is reportedly in stage 4. Damn. Gastrointestinal cancer. Isn't that something? Look how the Most High God is just mocking Eddie Long. He sat up there and took his dick and fucked so many little boys and their asses. And the ass is connected to what? Your intestine. You take a shit out your ass. So look at him. He's affected with with an unspecified gastrointestinal cancer. So he got cancer in his ass. He got cancer. He suffered from cancer. Because of all the shit that Eddie Long has done, he brought all of this on himself. And he said, Long made headlines last month after he addressed the concerns over his dramatic weight loss. Though the Atlantic-based preacher credited his slimming down to a new vegan diet, many were left unconvinced. Of course, many was left unconvinced. First of all, you have to understand, this motherfucker ain't on no vegan diet. That was a fucking lie. He sat up there and lied to y'all because he knows that y'all nothing but fucking dumbasses. He know that you black women are nothing but fucking dumbasses. And he sat up there and lied and said he's on a vegan diet when he knew damn well that he was sick. Think about it. It's stage 4. So he didn't know it was stage 1? Alright, I'll let him go with stage 1. What about stage 2? He had to be showing some kind of symptoms to let people know that he was sick. But he couldn't do that. I heard a lot of folks talking about, well, he wanted to keep that private, but wait a minute, the reason why he didn't want to come out and tell y'all dumbasses that he was sick is because all that shit he was talking, like I said earlier, would have backfired on his dumbass. Why? Because now you got a question, well, wait a minute, did he tithe? Because the Bible says in Malachi 3:11 that God will rebuke the devourer. So wait a minute, Eddie Long, your health is devoured. But wait a minute, what about the money seed? Did Eddie Long sow a money seed? Did he sow a money seed? And so is that why God has cursed him? Is God cursing Eddie Long? See, all kind of questions and shit will come up. You know why? Because there is some people in the church who wants to believe in God, even though they being misled by these dumbass so-called pastors, these dumbass freaky deek suck dick niggas who sit up there on the pulpit, eyeing your little boy down like he's part of the Roman Catholic Church and he's waiting to molest your little children like this devil. Then it says that people were unconvinced because they're looking at it. I mean, first of all, you have to understand, he said that he's vegan, right? So what is he doing sucking dick? You know, the ghetto slang of sucking dick, you know, is called eating dick. So what is he doing eating dick? Thought he was vegan, but he's eating dick. Get the fuck out of here. And it says, the blogger William McCrae III reports recently, while out to dinner with some prominent minister friends, a person approached our table and specifically want to speak to Sir William in a very humble and politely ask if they could have a seat. We said sure, and the source went on to share they were a member of New Birth and chose to stay through the scandal. The source shared their name and shared that they were very close to Bishop Long, and asked if obnoxious media would take it easy on Bishop due to his having cancer. First of all, fuck that shit of taking it easy. The hell with that shit of taking it easy on Eddie Long. Because Eddie Long didn't take it easy on them boys that he unraped. Did Eddie Long take it easy on that asshole? Huh? Did Eddie Long take it easy on them? And you know the shit that pisses me off about that dumb motherfucker is this. That shit was all fucking planned. How the hell you gonna take kids out of America and go overseas and fuck them? You know why? Because overseas it's gladly accepted. Here you could get prosecuted. So he premeditated all this shit. So he didn't take it easy. He didn't take it easy on people's pocketbooks and men's wallets and tell them that tithe 10% of the income, knowing that a lot of them is not seeing any results. A lot of them live in poor houses, and you have to understand, in these mega churches, the cesspool of adultery, the cesspool of idolatry in these so-called mega churches, which you have to understand, there's a ton of people who are poor. There's tons of people who have busted cars and still catching a bus, like at TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar. A mega church is nothing but a fucking scam. And this lady or these people have the nerve to say, well, can you take it easy on him? No. And the fact that that person was that still stayed through the scandal, this is what I have a problem. Staying with anybody who has done wrong made you a follower of that person who has done wrong, so you're just as guilty. Eddie Long raped these boys. Eddie Long has stole money from people, and you stayed doing the scandal. If I was there sitting down, I would have ripped them people apart who stayed. The Bible says we cannot even follow people. We can't follow people who does what? Who don't follow a multitude of people in sin. That's what Scripture says. Scriptures also says that if the leader hearkens unto lies, all of his servants are wicked. Isn't that something? So they want the media to take it easy on Eddie Long, but if somebody comes and murder their children, oh, they want to blast them through the news. Oh, we want justice and want to run them through the ground. Isn't it something how much of a hypocrite you dumbass so-called Christians are? It says, let me scroll down. It says, after a couple of phone calls and text messages, it was confirmed this was a very reliable source. So in other words, he did research on that person and realized that that person that came to him, whether it's a he or a she, it checked out that that person is part of New Birth. New birth of what? What are you birthing? A hybrid. That's all these so-called people are in these so-called churches, are nothing but hybrid. This says they explained that Bishop Long has cancer in his digestive system, and it was discovered in the 4th stage and literally has months to live. Uh-oh. Somebody's about to die. Somebody is about to die. He has months to live. Like, remind me of that, what was that show? One Life to Live. I'm coming back with part 2 because I'm going to read this and I'm going to break it down even more.